mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my
Hello,
words.
and welcome to this, and this is something that you probably have not seen on any other site, because I don't think any other site's really covering it, which is kind of sad. But anyways, this is my review of the NWA Showcase's first show, which aired tonight while I'm making this, though YouTube is putting up updating their system, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to actually put up the video, but I'm going to make the video tonight, and then it'll go up whenever. So let's get on with the show, shall we? First of all, let me just some random stuff about this show. It was edited pretty good. It was what you would expect. It was definitely better than what I expected production-wise, though there were some hits and misses. How the show works is they basically took matches from around the NWA and showed them, so it was actually a showcase. I think they could have picked better matches, but overall I thought it was a pretty good idea. This was something I had been wondering about, and it worked out, in my opinion, pretty well. The show opened with Adam Pearce, the NWA champion, cutting a good promo. He's been cutting good promos for about 9 months now. This was just another really great promo. He put over the NWA, he put over Colors Network, he put over the belt, he put over everything that they needed to do without, going after TNA and WWE by name. They did mention WWE. They didn't really talk about TNA so much, but they did, offhand kind of did, but not in a condescending way. Kind of like, you've probably seen this guy who wrestles for this company. You've seen just to give you an idea of who the guys on the card were. So there you go. The show started out, and when we actually got to the show part, it was David Marquez, who's kind of the lead guy, kind of, I would say, as far as the TV product goes. If you've seen any of the NWA videos here on YouTube, you've probably seen him, and he was joined, interesting enough, by Rod Conway, which is pretty interesting. I think most wrestling fans know who he is, so if they were flipping through the channels, they may catch it, though it is on Colors, which is so far up on Dish Network that I don't think you'd be flipping through it, but what you gonna do? Which went to the first match. The first match actually was taped here in Houston on one of the shows I missed, unfortunately, and it was Hadaka, I think is how you pronounce his name, versus TJ Perkins. This was an okay match. It was a lot of back and forth, more New Japan style mat wrestling, counterhold for counterhold for counterhold. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't, type of thing. I was expecting it to pick up a little bit, and it never really picked up, and never got in a second year. But it was still a okay match, I would say, for a TV, particularly for a TV match, and was a pretty good length to it. All the matches here were pretty good length, which was good to see, and that is something I did like. My biggest problem with this match is the fact that the NWA Tag Team Champions, that they didn't explain that they were the Tag Team Champions, the Real American Heroes, Carl Anderson and Joey Ryan, came in, interfered in the match. There was no reason why they interfered in the match, and they were joined by then Los Luchas came in, which is another tag team, came in and attacked them. Then Adam Pearce came in. It was very strange. They didn't really explain it very well. That would be my biggest fault with the show, the whole show, pretty much. Though, on this match particularly, when they switched camera angles, they basically had two types of cameras, so the picture looked very different and that would be my biggest production value hit I would give them. But it was really just on this match that I noticed. I may have gotten used to it after a while, but it was just on this match. Then we went back, and then we had, which it kind of led into this next match, but they didn't really explain the ending to this and why they did the run-in. So, then we had a flag match with the Real American Heroes, who were not the Tag Team Champions yet, versus Los Luchas. These matches were pretty old, which is something I didn't really like, but I can get over that. This was pretty good. If you've seen the Copa de Lucha show, the match they had on this is about the same. It was okay. The Real American Heroes do a really good job of what they're supposed to be doing. The match itself was because the Los Luchas did botch. Both guys did botch a couple moves, but nothing horrible. Still okay, I would say, for a television match, and better than what I expected to see on here. Um, then they went and they did they had an interview at the NWA Fan Fest, in which it was one of the old NWA announcers, just to kind of give you the legacy of the NWA. And I liked this, and I thought this was one thing they did very good. Another thing they did really well was during the commercial breaks, they went between the matches from commercial breaks. They highlighted a NWA promotion around the country and basically gave you some info on it where you could see the matches, that sort of thing, which was nice to see and something that I'm glad they're doing, because I think that is something that they definitely need to be doing. So that was good, as long as they keep it to the more high quality NWA promotions. I think that's very, very good. So then we got our only squash match of the show, which was Ricky Vega, who I don't think I've ever seen before, taking on Cassidy O'Brien, who I know I've never seen before, though. Cassidy O'Brien actually looked like he may have been pretty good. It's too bad that he squashed. He had a pretty good look about him. Ricky Vega definitely has a look about him that is very good. He's from Puerto Rico. Basic squash. Was pretty good for a squash. You could tell it was going to be a squash. Had no problems with this. So there you go. Then we had the main event, which was Del Santo and Rey Mysterio Sr. versus Blue Dragon and basically Psychosis under a different name. This match was okay. Not as good as the match that I saw most of these guys in from Copa de Lucha, but it was still good. It was still an okay TV match. Lots of good spots, especially for a lucha match. Particularly, most of these guys, are definitely over 40 at least, or maybe even over 50, I think. With the exception of Psychosis, it's pretty amazing to see some of these guys be able to pull off some of the stuff they were. So, again, good. They definitely, if you don't know this, the NWA is definitely targeting more Hispanic viewer, which I have no problem with. I think that's a good idea, because that's something the NWA or WWE and TNA just basically, it's like an afterthought. So this is a good thing for them to do. Overall, I thought the show was good for what it was. For a 1-hour TV show, I thought it served its purpose. I thought that it highlighted enough of the NWA stuff from around the country. They did do a little bit where they explained, or they showed that Amazing Kong was the NWA Women's Champion, and talked about that she was in TNA currently. So overall, it was okay. I thought it was good. I thought that, I would have liked to see some more up-to-date matches, but you can't always get what you want. Next week, we're going to have Young Bucks versus Cobra 2 and Black Tiger 4. Bryan Danielson versus Sean Denny, who I don't think I've ever heard of. And Adam Pearce taking on Sean Waltman for the NWA Heritage title, which took place months ago, even before, I think even before the NWA World Title Tournament. So that tells you how old that match is. As I said, some of the matches on here are just too old for my liking. But overall, this was a good show. If you have Dish Network, I would definitely recommend checking this out. It's something different. It's definitely, an hour of television that I think is okay for wrestling. It's not really, it's not on the level of TNA or WWE, but I wasn't expecting it to be. But for what it is, I think it's good. So I will say that. And I'm out. Later.